Hey, this is Beverly Bozeman. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure and share this broadcast with your friends and your family. Royal Rise and Shine. I was talking to somebody about Queendom Reign, and they were asking about what is it about and what's the origin behind it and all that. So I can't go into all the details right now. It's too long. But I basically I was suffering from depression, anxiety, fear, and all of that. And I was isolated. Like I wasn't out amongst people. And that was a factor too. But the only thing that brought me out of it was God, of course. But I had to do my part. I had to do the work behind it. And what I realized is that although I was not in control of my own finances, where I was living was what it was. I was in control up here. At first, it wasn't me being in control. It was all of these random thoughts. It was the what ifs, the scary what ifs of life. It was just a whole mess. But I realized that if I could control my mind, I could begin to move forward with life, because I knew I had to start my life over. I just knew it. And so I also realized that the highest position in the world that a woman could hold is that of a queen, unless, there's something else I don't know about. So my mindset was my queendom. Nobody could control this up here but me. At least that's how it's supposed to be. So my mindset is my queendom. And then I realized that I had to reign. I had to rule. I could not let the enemy have his way in my mind. I couldn't let the fear of what if. I couldn't let the memories of the past and the regrets reign and rule in my mindset, or I was just going to go crazy. Like literally, like I was going to have to go somewhere and get some kind of help. Nothing wrong with that. But I didn't want that. I didn't want to be anyway. So that's where Queendom Reign comes from. Reigning in your queendom is taking control of your mindset. Living every day with the purpose of your thoughts being positive, of what you're going to do, how you're going to overcome. If you need to forgive people, forgive them, even if they dead. You know what I'm saying? Not letting anything or anybody or any thoughts or any situations have control over your mind. It's like letting folks come and let squatters come to your house and not leave and take over. So I also know that we as women, we put ourselves dead last so that the kids are taken care of, the spouse is taken care of, the job is taken care of, the folks down to the church got what they need for the pastor's anniversary. Parents, if we're interacting with our parents, if they need anything, we got to make sure they straight. These bills got to be taken care of, and We put ourselves dead last. And it's hard to reign in your queendom. It's hard to think of yourself. It's hard to be any good for anybody. The saying is said that mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. Well, it's not just about having mama having a positive attitude, mama being chipper and cheerful and basically being a robot. If mama can't function, how does the household function? If the household can't function, how does the community function? If the community can't function, how does the world function? Reigning in your queendom is not just a cute saying. It's about you on purpose making sure that your mind is right. And what I mean by that is you're taking the time to understand what it is that you're struggling with. Trying to understand why you feel like you don't deserve better. Why you feel like you don't deserve happiness. Figuring out those things, you know. Reigning in your queendom. For some people, it's about just being happy. For some, it means different things to different women. But ultimately, it's, hey, Radina, ultimately, it is about controlling your mindset so that you can be positive. You can have a positive mental state. That's what it's really about. We put ourselves dead last. And if we dare think that we should have some me time or self-care day or take ourselves out to dinner or lunch, then we are wrong. That's a bunch of jive, nonsense, foolishness. Do you know how many women are running off of fumes? Do you know how many women are on the verge of committing suicide? Because they feel like nobody hears them. Because they feel like nobody cares. And if they dare say, no, I'm not going to help you with that. Because I want to take the day to myself. You selfish. You supposed to be a Christian and you don't even want to help your Christian brothers and sisters out. Controlling your mindset is crucial. Yes, ma'am. It's those types of comments that make women keep their mouths closed when they really need to be saying, I'm mad. I'm mad because of something that happened to me in my past and I was told to keep my mouth shut. So I'm mad about it. But you're not supposed to be mad. Let the past be the past. Give it over to God. Oh, I need to talk to somebody about how I'm feeling. Honey, we don't talk to nobody. That's for white folks, is what I was told. I told somebody, good morning, Prophet Natasha. I remember when I first came back from, being overseas, I was struggling so bad in my mind that I wanted to kill myself. And I told somebody at this church one time, a church person, because I was tired of the anguish. If you've ever, thank you so much, Radina. If you've ever struggled in your mind and you know that you feel like you are literally going crazy, you crying all the time in secret, crying in secret. And anyway, I was crying in secret a lot. I couldn't tell my family because I didn't think they would understand. I didn't want my mama to worry. Certain people I didn't want to tell because I knew that they would tell other people, and it was just a whole mess. I was already separated from my husband. And I told this one person in a church setting that I was just tired of the mental torment behind some things. And I was like, I think I'm on the verge of wanting to kill myself. I need to go talk to a professional. They told me, black women don't go to professionals. That's something that the white women do. You need to sow a special seed and put it in your offering and put it on your envelope, help from God or something to that effect. And it took all of the Jesus I had not to cuss her out and say, cuss word, I ain't got no job. I had to beg somebody for gas money to get here today. I didn't have, two nickels to rub together, a pot or no window. And you gonna tell me to sow a seed. How could I sow a seed and I'm living with my mama, with my child? Didn't have no job, hadn't worked in 4 years, on the verge of practically killing myself, and you're going to tell me to sow a seed. And it was those types of situations and conversations that made me realize that I got to control this, which in turn controls this. I realized, and it was weird because every time I said how I felt, it was like it echoed in my ears and it bounced off the walls. And every time it came back, it was louder and it was stronger, if that makes sense. And I realized that I was sowing more seeds of doubt, and the enemy was having his way. So you know what I mean about the homeless. Yeah, you basically live in nowhere, or your family is taking you in, and people want you to sow seeds. So I knew that I had to control my mindset. I was like, I gotta control my mindset. I gotta be in charge of how I think, because it's controlling how I speak. Because I was seeing what I had been saying. When I was over in Germany, I was over there for 4 years. It's a whole long story. And I kept saying, I'm ready to leave. But I hadn't worked in a while, and all my money was gone. Whole story behind that. I said, I'm ready to leave. I got this newborn baby and I'm ready to leave, but I don't want to go live with my mama because I didn't have nowhere to go. All my money was gone and I hadn't worked in quite some time. So there was gaps in my resume, and this was 2003, 4, 5, something like that. And the economy had crashed and people was losing their jobs. So I knew nobody was going to help me. Thank you, Prophet Natasha. I hope so. That's the purpose behind it. I knew I couldn't go back to America and get a job because people was losing their jobs left and right. Companies was closing and going overseas. I'm like, and I'm a mental wreck. Who's going to hire me? And I'm crying every 10 minutes, thinking about killing myself. But the one thing that God, I know it was God, because my mind was a wreck, so I know it was God. The one thing that God was telling me, you got to control the way you think. He didn't tell me Queendom reign. He was just like, you got to control the way you think, because you're going to see what you say. That's just not the word. That's facts. You're going to see what you say is what he told me. So I realized that I had to speak life, not just the word, because we can speak the word but not really understand it. We can speak the word and not really believe it. I grew up in church, so I know a little something about the word, but do you believe what you're saying? So I had to say things that I believed, and I had to tell myself, you will not die. You will live and declare the works of the Lord. That's what the Bible said, and I believe that part. And the devil was, that's a whole nother broadcast to tell you how he was trying to get me to kill myself. But I kept telling myself, you are going to maintain a positive mindset. It was just small stuff. It wasn't what the gurus were saying. It wasn't what the authors of all these positive thinking books were saying. It was simple stuff. Bev, you're going to be fine. Sitting on the bed in the room that I grew up in, 30-some-odd-year-old woman, rocking my child to sleep with nothing but 2 suitcases with some clothes in a car, because he had all my stuff. He had all my furniture, all my other clothes, and my books, my library full of books. But that's a whole nother story too. We won't get into that. And then I realized that God is definitely a promise keeper. He said, if you ask and you believe, you will receive. So I just kept speaking life. But I knew I had to start with my mindset. So that's the whole thing behind Queendom Reign. I'm trying to do this and talk to y'all, so I don't know if it made a whole bunch of sense, but that's the whole thing behind Queendom Reign. We have to reign or control our mindsets if we're going to do anything. especially if you are on assignment from God, because the enemy don't want you to have any type of peace. He don't want you to have any type of joy. And so that's basically it. I'm going to send out a call to action today. Whatever day this is that you're watching this, I want you to have one thought, one sentence, and that's all that you think about and you speak about. I can't tell you what it is or what it should be. It could be a quote from your favorite movie. It could be a word that God gave you that you don't want to even consider. It could be a title from a song. I think today mine is going to be We're Gonna Be All Right. Ty Tribbett has a really cute song, a really nice song, really powerful though. Cute, nice, and powerful. We're gonna be all right. And I'm going to say it with such authority that I ain't got no choice but to believe it. So that's your homework for today. You can inbox me. You can do a live stream or whatever. Inbox me. That like mail. You can DM me. You can go live with it and just post it below or whatever. If you joined it by replay, just say what yours is, or you don't have to. Just do it. What is your declaration for today? What is your royal decree for today? Mine is we gonna be all right. So that's about it. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Be sure to release your genius, pull off the impossible every day, and reign in your queendom.